Hi there, friends. I'm Vasco. I'm part of the team behind the first global Scrum Master Summit. If you're a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master Summit is a place to learn, to share, and to meet new friends. We will have lots of live sessions where you can meet and network with other Scrum Masters from all over the globe. So make sure you check it at bit.ly/SM Summit and the numeral 21. That's bit.ly/SMSUMMIT21. We have 7 amazing keynotes or more, as we are still organizing the conference as I record this, and 8 tracks that feature people like you and thought leaders sharing their insights and knowledge to help you become an awesome Scrum Master. So once again, check it out at bit.ly/SM Summit 21. That's all lowercase, all one word, SM Summit and the numeral 21. I'll see you on the virtual conference floor. All right, now on to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to one more Thursday, Success Thursday here on the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. And joining us for this week is Evelien Acun-Roos. Hi, Evelien. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me on this Thursday, Vasco.
Absolutely. So Thursday is, of course, the day when we reflect on success, what that means and what we can do about it. But before we dive into that, what is your favorite retrospective format, Evelien, and why?
I don't have a designated favorite sprint retrospective. I do like to vary a lot because, when you do the same retrospective over and over, it gets boring, right? And what you want to do is to use different formats. So, that it's not a boring repetitive event, but it's really nice and interesting and involving for everybody. So I do like to switch in the formats of the retrospectives that I use, but I do like one more than the other, and it's sometimes it's called the 3 L's, sometimes it's called the 4 L's: liked, learned, lacked. I do it with a little variation, and I add loved. So if you visualize it, then you have 4 squares on a flip over or 4 squares on a digital whiteboard, and you have 1 L, which is for liked. What did you like in the last sprint? The second one is what did you learn in the last sprint? The third one is what did you lack in the last sprint? And the fourth one that I added is what did you love?
Why did you add that?
I added it because I want to have that square for what did you love, and I want to have it as a personal compliment to someone else of the team. So then you stated something I loved was how Bruce really got involved with the stakeholders. So making it a personal compliment. And the reason why I love that is because people in working environments or in teams are not very used to give each other compliments. Probably a lot of people know when they have something to nag or something to have a discussion about, but giving compliments is not something that we do for naturally, at least not in the Netherlands. I don't know how it's with you, but we are not very we do not give a lot of compliments. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to tickle people to give compliments to other team members.
Absolutely. And also because it brings up the energy, right? It increases loyalty, it increases engagement, and ultimately it helps the team grow. I think that's a great point. And I really love the twist of focusing that on a compliment, on something you love that somebody else did. So that was great. All right, cool. Now we turn our attention to success and what it means for us as Scrum Masters. So Evelien, what is your definition of success for a Scrum Master?
Well, my definition of success is when I have happy people, I have a happy customer, and we are delivering business value. So this question is being asked a lot, but I only have 3 metrics, right? I only have 3 things that define my success: happy people, happy customer, and we are delivering business value. So three characteristics of or that define success. One is happy people, and for me, happy people is something that you can obviously notice during the sprint. But I also like to use the happiness metric. Every sprint retrospective, I ask people how are they feeling on a scale to one, from 1 to 5. What is your feeling about the last sprint? Because of course you can deliver a whole bunch of stuff, but if the people are being overworked or are not happy about it, that's not what we want to have, right? So always asking during the sprint retrospective, starting the sprint retrospective with the happiness metric. And of course, during the sprint, you can observe how happy people are. So that is one thing that I do. Then the other one is customer satisfaction, or the customer, how or stakeholder satisfaction. How happy are the stakeholders or the customers with the things that we are delivering? And this is also something that I do together with the product owner, of course, because the product owner represents stakeholders or the customers. And this could be as simple as during the sprint review, ask, well, from a scale from 1 to 5, how do you feel about what we have delivered, and what do you feel about what we're going to pick up? So I think that is for customer satisfaction. And the third characteristic of success is that we are delivering business value. And again, this is something I do together with the product owner, because probably he or she can give us more input about that. Having that information available for the Scrum team is also helpful with regards to what are we actually doing? What are we contributing to the world? Are we just executing features, or are we just executing work, or are we really contributing to a purpose? So having an understanding of that business value and making sure that the team also understands what are we actually adding or contributing, I think is very important for a Scrum team to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that conversation about business value is one of those that really grows the team and also grows the collaboration with product owners. So I think that's a brilliant way to put it. Now, when you talk to product owner, like what are the type of questions you ask? What are the things you look for when evaluating business value? Because of course that can be sometimes quite abstract. So what are your tips on how to have that conversation about business value with the product owner?
Yeah, I think having this conversation with the product owner already starts when you are doing sprint planning, right? When you are crafting a sprint goal, and when you're saying, okay, this sprint we are going to, well, connect all Dutch customers, or like have that as a sprint goal, or have it as a sprint goal that we're going to improve the front end of the website to make it more understandable for everybody. Let's say that's a sprint goal. So after the sprint, we're going to check if we have reached that goal and if it has delivered the expected value. And we can check with the product owner if he or she has checked with his or her stakeholders to see, okay, did we really deliver the value that we thought it would deliver? So you can set a sprint goal, but if you're not testing it, or if you're not checking it with your stakeholders or your customers, then it really doesn't have the value that you might get out of it. Then it's just a sprint goal for your team. But you really want to relate a sprint goal also to the customer needs or the stakeholder needs, and to check if, okay, we thought this was going to deliver us value, we delivered it, now check or test if it really has delivered value.
Yeah, it's a great point. Also, one way in which we as Scrum Masters can bring this deliberate thought about business value to the team and to the product owners, because sometimes, as I was saying, it can be considered very, very abstract and we don't really know what it is. But as we develop this deliberate approach to evaluate, to understand it, we can help the team make it clear, we can help the PO make it clear, and we can help the team learn from that over time. That was a great tip. Thank you for sharing that, Evelien.
You're welcome. Thank you, Vasco.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.